If you're feeling stiff and you want to improve your flexibility, but you are just too busy for a long yoga class, then I have a good news for you. There is a way to stretch out your tight muscles and feel better in seconds. Today I'll share with you 3 best stretches for the instant flexibility, and I will share with you why you just don't need anything else. The first one is my favorite for the hamstrings. I use it when I feel that they are too stiff and I just need an instant relief. It's easy, it's accessible to beginners, and it's just perfect for when you're short on time. Use a chair, sofa, or just something sturdy on the knee or on your hip level. Stand with your feet hip width apart and rest your hands on the surface in front of you, keeping your arms straight. Lean forward from your hips, keeping your back flat until you feel a stretch in your hamstring. And now alternate bending one knee while keeping the other leg straight, like an elephant walking. Hold each position for a couple of breaths to deepen the stretch, ensuring your arms, lats, hamstrings and glutes are engaged. I prefer this variation to the classical elephant walks, as it helps not to round your back if you feel very stiff, but to keep it straight. I know that not many people can touch their toes from standing. On the other hand, if you are already a flexible person, it also gives you the possibility to engage more your lats by slightly moving your hip to the opposite shoulder away from each other. I would like to emphasize that there are so many stretches around, and each and every variation can just feel fantastic for you. But today I'm presenting to you only these 3 stretches, because all other stretches actually do the same job. They target the same muscle, but just from the different position. It's really fun to do different exercises and combine them when you have time. But at the end of the day, actually doesn't matter which one of them do you practice. The most important thing there is that you remember how to perform this stretch correctly. Okay, so if the first stretch was mostly targeting your hamstrings, the second one will target your shoulders, upper back, lower back and your triceps. This is a quick stretch that I recommend, especially if you are a desk-dwelling diva like me and you spend just a lot of time in front of the computer. Although if your upper back and your shoulders feel stiff not because of hours of typing, this stretch will also work for you. Stand with your feet hip width apart, bend at the hips and lean forward until your hips and the table form a 90-degree angle, or in my case it's just a fence in front of me. Rest your elbows on it and bend them at 90-degree angle. Let your head drop down between your arms and slightly tuck your pelvis inward to deepen the stretch. This stretch is just fantastic when you're stuck at your desk for 8 or maybe even more hours. It targets shoulders, it targets upper back and also your triceps, so you can relieve this tension and just feel better. I love this stretch to improve my flexibility because it's so easy and I can do it just in front of my desk, not going somewhere else, so I don't need much space or equipment. And the last but not least, and actually the stretch that I personally do every day to improve flexibility of my hips, is just 90-90 stretch. This is the only stretch that is actually soft and gentle to your hips, but at the same time it's very effective. So I love it because everyone can practice it no matter how stiff do you feel. Even if you are a beginner, I know that squats do amazing job and I love practicing them, but not everyone can practice them in the right way because many people cannot place their feet on the ground. They are sometimes too much if you feel extremely stiff. So start by sitting on the floor with your knees bent, letting your knees fall down to the floor. Turn to the right. The front leg should have the knee bent at 90 degrees with the shin parallel to your shoulders, and slowly lean your torso forwards over your front leg, feeling the stretch in your hip and glutes. To deepen the stretch, twist your torso towards the front leg. You can walk your hands forward to stretch even more, targeting the inner thigh and lat. Doing these stretches from time to time will definitely help you to improve flexibility and just to feel better. After dedicating just 5 minutes of your day, To these 3 exercises you will feel the instant relief, the instant increased flexibility. But while these exercises will really help you to become more agile, sometimes they are not the ultimate solution for you. Why? The thing is that there are some flexibility secrets that every beginner should know. Believing them will lead you to a greater flexibility and range of motion. Watch these videos to know these flexibility secrets.